What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Sugiredo, or Food for the Soul, this time of episode 6. Another really good episode last week. Went on a bit of a driving trip, which was fun. Just really like the tone of the show so far. Definitely been one of the surprises of the season for me, considering I wasn't a massive fan of the first episode. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Oh, that is a big pancake. Oh, I assumed they were. Oh yeah, I assumed they were going to share that. I also, as I mentioned last week, I think the food actually looked quite good last week. Well, that's an intricate, really chandelier, isn't it? They've put more effort into that than a lot of the food. But yeah, that's one of my main issues with the show. It's not a massive issue, but the food hasn't looked as good as you'd expect it to. Last week actually looked pretty good. But as I just mentioned, the chandelier is drawn more intricately than the food quite often in this show. Again, it's not a massive deal. I'm more here for the slice of life, chill stuff more than how the food looks. But you'd think with the name of the show, it would be a bit more of a focus. Like I said, though, for me, I don't. It's worth pointing out, but it's not a massive issue. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the full version of this song. I really like this. It's a shame it's not on my playlist already. It's also a little bit surprising for PA Works. I've loved pretty much everything I've seen from PA Works, and it's a really good studio. So I guess a little surprising that they don't pay as much attention to how the food looks. Could it be I've gained some weight? I was just about to mention, like, almost all the servings in this show are very big, even for 5 girls. It's a little bit surprising they're not fat. I was just thinking, like, I was literally just thinking during the opening, like during the scenes that we see them eating, all of the spreads they put on are way too much for 5 college girls. Gyaru. Interesting. It's not the classic look I think of when I think of Gyaru. It's usually kind of more cheesy and over the top. I guess I've just seen like the extreme versions of that. Everything's got to have Have a sheep on there, of course. I wonder if that's like, does she put that on herself, or do the clothes come with that? It looks like they come with it. Oh shit! So this is the tell, is it? No longer fitting in your old size. They don't really have that for us guys. I mean, you probably do to an extreme degree, but like, I feel like I could probably get a couple stone bigger and still fit my usual size. I think with women, their clothes size is a little bit more. There's more variations, and yeah, you couldn't put on 2 stone and your clothes still fit you. Well, that's the thing. I eat quite a lot, but I do quite a bit of fitness. So it's one of those things. You can either eat less and still do not too much, or you can eat the same but just do more fitness. I think that second one makes a bit more sense. Ooh. Could we be going international? I'd like to see that. He's fat. Well, another thing is you can't just suddenly change your diet like this. You can't just go from eating a certain amount to not. I think that's quite dangerous for you. You know what, a lot of people have been noticing this recently. It's quite, I mean, none of these girls are to this extent, but it's quite incredible just how much your skeleton can actually go through in terms of being an obese person. Like, you see people at like crazy weights, and like the fat is like that much, and their skeleton's like this much. Yeah, they're still like a slightly functioning human being. It's quite incredible. Good choice. Good choice. I mean, it's not like she eats unhealthily. We've never seen these guys really eat kind of like bad takeout. Like, she usually makes her own stuff, uses good ingredients. They does eat a lot of sweet stuff, but usually like quite good quality of stuff that they're eating. So at least they've got that. They got to set the weight. If it's already on the lowest, oh, it's already on the lowest. I was gonna say, if it's already on the lowest, then that is embarrassing. How much was that? Was that 6 kilograms? You telling me she can't lift 6 kilograms? These guys they really need this. Well, if anything, it tells me this girl should probably be eating more. Oh. Ah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's going at some pace there. Impressive. It would have fall off. Honestly, quite impressive. Doesn't say. Does that say 55 minutes? That is some pace. To be fair though, I used to have one of these at home, and yeah, that would always be a bit annoying when you'd always like accidentally like hit that little chip, that little thing you'd attach to you off. But yeah, I used to reach top speed on that for a few seconds, which I think was 20 kilometers an hour. That felt really fast. Obviously, I can only do that for like a couple seconds. But I always found running on those quite a bit easier than actually running like on pavement or on grass. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that girl could not lift 6 kilograms. Like, that's embarrassing. And like, it wasn't just like 6 kilograms for one arm, it was like 6 kilograms using her whole upper body. Like, her whole upper body can't hold. How much must that girl weigh if her whole upper body can't lift? Not even just upper body, actually, you can use your legs in that. So, her whole body can't lift 6 kilograms. That is insane. That's actually insane to think about. Surely, if that was a real person, they'd be like malnourished and like, half dead. Right? Like, that's the state you'd have to be in. Okay, she's gone. Oh, it's that one. I thought she was. Oh, she was doing it wrong. My bad. I didn't even realise. Again, I don't really go to the gym. I've been to the gym a couple of times, especially when I was at college, when I had to kind of study some kind of sports stuff. I'd like learn some of the drills and how people do some of them and test them, for example, and do some myself. But yeah, she was. Is this the same one? It looks like the same one. I think it is, right? So she was just doing it wrong. Yeah, she's just doing it wrong. I thought this was the one where you lift up and you push off. Okay, well that makes sense. So, I was just dissing her big time that whole time, just like can't even lift 6 kilograms. I do find this one quite hard though. This one's a real pain for this area. You don't usually train this area too much. This one, yeah, that one's a pain, and just under your I'm not sure what you call this. I should know, but I don't. Your wings, I call it. This one's a real pain. I always had quite a struggle doing this one actually when I did try it. I'm much more of a, again, I don't go to the gym or anything. I'm much more calisthenic oriented, and I don't really do too much upper body because when I play football, so I don't need it an awful lot. It's good having upper body strength, but having too much upper body strength actually can be a bit detrimental to a football player. I've definitely felt sometimes that I've been a bit too top heavy. Got some sit-ups. I'm really bad at them as well. A good pain though. It's a nice pain. Exactly. Well, no, she's bound to have some. Can't say that. The water of life. Oh, the steam room, sauna. Really? I have experienced after a hard day. It is a little bit hard to breathe in there after a little while. Well, one of these girls looks a hell of a lot worse than the others. And it is definitely you, Miss Sheep. Probably best not to do this. I don't know. What would be best to kind of handle this? I don't really know. I assume it wouldn't be walking about. It's like a mountain goat up there. Damn, really? They're going big time. To be honest with you guys, this the whole thing of like taking the ice baths and then having a sauna. I mean, it is probably beneficial to them, but it's like I don't think it's that beneficial, especially at like a beginning stage when you're beginning your like fitness journey. Like I don't want to go too in depth or anything here, or like go super advicey, but when you're just getting started with stuff like this, I don't think you really need to pull out all the stops like they're same when you're doing switching from hot to cold and trying to recover their bodies. It's good for recovery, but I think that's something you'd more so do when you're like maybe not elite level, but you certainly would be doing that at elite level and professional level, and when you're yeah when you're near that area rather than when you're they haven't got like min max their recovery like this. I don't think they put a lot of effort in, which I do appreciate though, to be fair. They've done their homework, but as I said, I'm not sure it's absolutely necessary for them. I think they can get fit and do well without doing this. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I do like a super hard like training session, for example, I'm doing loads of sit ups, push ups, and stuff like that. I've got to like treat myself a little bit afterwards. Oh, this guy's absolutely tripping. Good, good. Oh, and it's already worked out. Good job. That's fine. Honestly, she doesn't need to worry about it. That's absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong. It's good to stay kind of strict, but when I used to write a few of these kind of again, I appreciate the effort, but when I used to write like a few of these again, I don't want to spend too long on this, but you'd write plans for people. You'd actually in their plans, you'd understand that you're not just going to go without your like favorite foods and stuff. You have a little bit. You have your cheat days. That's why even like the biggest kind of athletes and such have their massive cheat days. I'm not sure if you've heard about like what they called bodybuilders. They'd have like Arnold Schwarzenegger and such. They have crazy cheat days with so much food and so much badness. And if the like elite people can do that, these guys are absolutely fine having a little chocolate bar or something, or a little ice cream. Like it's not going to affect her that much, especially now she's actually consistently doing fitness. Like I said, when I used to plan out some of these kind of programs for people and such, you plan for them to have some bad food every now and then, like not often. Obviously, you want to actually help, so you don't just tell them to eat trash food again all the time. But yeah, you haven't got to be stupidly strict about it. Like I said, I always have a nice little bit of chocolate or something, or some ice cream or something, and I do a good workout. Oh, we've already got plenty of those pictures. Don't worry about that. We're about to take some photos. Oh, oh, did she ask him to take photos somewhere else? Oh, do it. Hmm. Reward yourself. I think that's also good. That builds good kind of things in your brain. Of oh, because I've done so well this week, I get this. That incentivizes me to do well next week. Cheat day. Absolutely deserve it. I've actually done a marathon earlier. I'm not the best with aerobic stuff. I'm much more of an anaerobic type of guy. Power stuff, sprinting. Always been fast, and yeah, I've always been quite good anaerobically. Aerobically, with like long distance running and such, I've always been quite bad, to be honest. It's a thing. It's kind of bittersweet, is that it's like it's got the, you've got this lovely burger. You could enjoy it now, but then you realise, oh, now I can't eat like this again till the next cheat day. Okay. Again, I don't want to like yeah go too. I probably did say a bit too much about the whole fitness stuff, but I did study that at college, and yeah, I worked a lot around that area of things. This is not the type of show to be looking too much into that though. But as I said, I just feel like so I wouldn't say it's unhealthy, but it's like you haven't got to push yourself too hard, too hard. You haven't got to go straight from beginner to elite. Which is probably a mistake a lot of people make, because you probably look on YouTube and you probably follow guides from some of like your first thought when you go to do something is to learn from the best, isn't it? But it's not always the best for your progression. Like, oh, if I'm going to go learn chess, I'll look at the best player in the world and see how he plays. But because you're so new, you don't truly understand all the intricacies. Better to actually go for an intermediate kind of course or beginner course before. Same thing with a lot of sports, fitness. We've got the discipline box now. It won't. Trust me, it won't. Well, that's an evil laugh right here. But yeah, quite an enjoyable episode for me. Like I said, I'm quite into that kind of stuff. You see a lot of people kind of revolve their whole lives around being like, what's it called, fitness like influencers and stuff. And I'm not into it to that degree. Like I don't watch any videos. Like if I get like an injury, my ankle this year has had a few problems. I'll kind of look up some videos and check out some like workouts for my ankle and building up muscle and strengthening it, for example. But other than that, I don't ever really look up any of this stuff. Like I studied at a college, and that was pretty much the beginning and end of me in that area. Like I never had a job in that sector or anything. I'm not opposed to it in the future, but it's just doesn't interest me quite as much as it perhaps used to. And it feels like ages since we've had an ending. Not sure about you guys. In fact, this almost feels like new. Is it? Is this new? A lot of these visuals new? Like I said, it kind of feels like we haven't seen this either in ages or at all. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said, fun episode today. Some advice from me is that you don't need to be too hard on yourself, especially if you're like not a professional in the kind of athletic sector. It's just like enjoy your life. You don't have to fully if you want to restrict yourself and want to keep yourself in a tight leash and such. That's absolutely fine. There are some people out there, and I used to be like this. If you don't, you will just massively overdo it. I think last year, again, I had an injury in my ankle, and because I wasn't doing too much fitness and such, my eating habits stayed the same. You see this with a lot of ex-professional athletes, because I wasn't doing fitness to the level I was or at all. And again, with retired athletes, they obviously just kind of stop working at a top level. The eating habits kind of stay the same, yet you're not doing as much work to put that. So you see a lot of fat and obese kind of ex-athletes and people that have lost it or look terrible after they finish being an athlete, whereas it's actually just really normal. They've just stopped doing that extreme amount of exercise and eat the same as they were, so they've got to adjust themselves a little bit. I like seeing the journey today. All of them work really hard, bless them. Again, maybe a bit too hard, maybe a bit too much, but it's awesome seeing they've got that motivation for this. And yeah, just another fun episode today. As usual, the food, again, you'd expect it to kind of stand out at least a little bit. This wasn't a food focused episode at all. If anything, it was like the opposite. But when we did see some food, it just didn't look amazing, did it? It just looks like any kind of food you see in any anime. Not an anime that focuses on food. So that is a little bit like, again, it's not a major issue or anything, but it would be nice for it to like to have a HD kind of burger right in front of you like this. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Again, hopefully I didn't go too overboard with the advice or anything there. Like I said, sometimes you just kind of need to accept certain things and not be too hard on yourself. But yeah, leave a like on the video if you guys would like. Again, let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions, and I'll see you guys next week with episode 7.